you ever have a conversation with somebody, a serious conversation, sometimes it's an argument, an exchange of heated ideas. Later on, you think about that conversation and you're by yourself, and now you having this self-dialogue, but you got this person in your mind and you're telling them everything that you really are thinking, damn, I should have said that during the conversation. You always think of the things that you wanted to say after the fact. It's too many factors that are at play when you're having a back and forth. It's the emotion in the moment. It's the fact that one person never has the stage. Like, it's never just about one person being heard. So all the stuff you want to get off your chest, all the stuff that you got on your heart and your mind that you want to let this person know, you can't say it all because you have to take into account what this other person is saying. So this is why every time you have a moment where you're by yourself, you can think of all the stuff that you wanted to say. But that's when it just clicked to me. Now that I'm speaking through it right now, it's not about getting everything off that you need to say. That's the key. You're always going to think of everything that you wanted to say after the fact because you don't have another person talking to you now. Now it can be all about you and what you want to say. But in the real world and in relationships of any kind, you have to take into account what this other person is feeling. And maybe all those words that you're saying right now when you're by yourself thinking about whoever you want to tell it to, maybe the reason why you're saying it to yourself is because those words were not meant to be heard by that person. The stuff that you're saying in your mind that you feel like you should have said, it doesn't need to be said. Because in the end, when it's about relationships, when it's about anything that has to do with repairing anything, you don't repair relationships by telling a person everything you want them to know about how you feel about them. It all goes back to what? Self-accountability, people. Self-accountability. That's the only way to repair things. Both people have to acknowledge what they brought to a situation. And then and only then can you have resolution. There are no victims. We all make choices, decisions. Take accountability for your decisions, everybody. And we'll have a lot more healthy relationships of all types, man. How you gonna respect somebody else when you can't even check yourself? People want to check everybody else, but you never want to check yourself. You'll always be at odds. You'll have a back and forth with a person and it ends on a bad note. Then you get into a situation where it's a standoff. You get into these standoffs because everybody feels like they're right. This is where the self-accountability gets taken out of the picture because it's got to be both. All it takes is one person that doesn't want to be self-accountable and it will fuck up a situation. So now you got two people that think they're right. Right and wrong is bullshit. It's what is the best situation? What is the most healthy situation? What do we have to do to get to the best situation? We fight so hard to be right. Everybody wants to be right, but really everybody's wrong. Because no matter what a person does to you, you allowed them in. Nobody's forcing anybody to do anything. So that's where the accountability lies. In you owning the fact that you made a decision that led to your reality. It takes two people to argue. It takes two people to build a relationship. You're choosing these people that you deal with. You got to be open and express how you feel about a person, but you also got to really be careful with your words. There's a fine line between being real and just being reckless. I think a lot of people are reckless. They're not being real. They're being real because, yeah, you could get real reckless and that shit is real, but if your ultimate goal is to have a bond with a person or to make sure your relationships don't go south or left, we really got to watch the way we talk to people. Even if you feel like you're justified in speaking that way, you have to really pay attention, man, because people don't forget how you treated them. People don't forget when they felt disrespected. They don't forget how you made them feel. You got to pay attention to that, man. But then at the same time, you know, your feelings can lead you down a road of a lot of unnecessary trauma when you stay in that place of you know, I don't want to forget, or I'm not gonna forgive, you know. That's a heavy weight to carry. It's through understanding when you can forgive a person. Because again, people are not out here to try and hurt people. Everybody's trying to live the most peaceful life that they can. They're trying to build the best life for themselves We're trying to pick the right people. We're trying to live a happy life. Everybody wants the same thing. How you gonna hate a person that wants the same thing you want? We just got different experiences. We got different perspectives. So it's more important to listen and understand than to be heard. Just make sure your desire to be heard is not pushing you to say things that you just can't come back from. Because that's when it gets hard to sleep. That's when your conscience really starts to eat you up in this world. Don't be too prideful to admit that you're wrong. And everybody is wrong. Everybody. You're always held accountable for how your life looks. Don't put that weight on anybody else. Look at yourself and say, hey, this is my life. I made these decisions. This is why I'm here. And I promise you, it'll help you communicate with people. Even the people that you want to have negative feelings toward. That's too much, man. Why would you want to carry around hate when you can choose to carry around more understanding and love? It's a lot better of a life when you think that way. So do that. Ninja run.